Hi everybody, welcome back to Danny Stone's voice production, Singing, Keeping It Simple, episode 3. We're on to vowel tones. Why do singers need vowel tones? A singer needs to have a method by which to transport their words. If you're like a Bob Dylan, someone that sort of sings, well, they use their talking voice and that's their style and that works fine for them. But most singers, if you want to sing, I went to the hay, well, if you don't have a method by which to sustain that word hay, for instance, then it'll go, I went to the hay, and there's nothing there for you to use. It can't sound good. All it can do is give you the word. So we need to take the simplest way about this. Instead of trying to learn the entire English language and how to place it and how to make it sound good, that's far too complicated. We'll just take the vowels, A, E, I, O, U, and then we'll add a few more as well. But we'll just take the basics, A, E, I, O, U, and we'll turn them into singer's tones. So a singer would use those tones and replace them with A, E, R, O, U. We'll also add or, because say a word like yawn is a bona fide tone, and we need that a lot. And a little bit further on down the track, we'll add a couple more word endings and things that we need to be able to use. But for the moment, A, E, R, O, U, or is all you need. That's the method by which you can then make your words sound as nice as you need them to, and then you can mess them around and turn them into anything you want afterwards. Nobody's saying that everything should sound amazingly correct and so rich, and for some styles and songs that doesn't work. But your base level, your reset, should be rich, beautiful, controlled tone. And from there, you can turn it and move it anything you want. Now, vowel tones. The easiest way to get these things to sound good is jaw down. Now, as far down as you can get it, but keeping it really relaxed. Okay, so no tension. Everything relaxed, keep it simple. No, that's too much. Hey is fine. Stick the tongue, just the tip of the tongue, in behind the bottom teeth, and don't let it move so it doesn't ride back up into the mouth and block the passage of sound. So all you're really doing here is opening the door, letting the sound out, keeping the tongue as flat as possible and forward so that you keep the passage clean, so that the air and the sound can come flying through and get the door open so that it'll happen. Vowel tones just should sound like this. Hey! And what I suggest you do to keep them real, because sure, we want them rich and we want them well placed and we want it to sound good, but we also need them to relate to words. So I would think that when you're practicing them, you should think of a word like, think of the word hey for A, C for E, heart for R, yo, open for O, and U for oo. You try and keep the oo on practice tone as rich and as dark as you can, and we can turn it whiter later. And yawn for or. Yawn. Practice those those tones with your scales, and develop them into something lovely and rich. Start down the bottom and continue those practice of your tones all the way through the range, from the bottom of your range to the top of your range. Try and keep them as even as you possibly can, because as you get higher, they'll want to get whiter. So try and practice getting them dark and rich. Again, that is a really, really simple way of getting your placement right, getting some sounds that are usable. And once you have a foundation of sound, those beautiful, rich, dark sounds, then you can move them and turn them and maybe later on combine them. We'll do a little section on overtones later on as well. But for the moment, keep it lovely and simple, just right for the contemporary singer. I'll be back with your warm-ups in a moment. Thanks for watching.